My name is Betya Cohen, and I'm body-mind therapist, I think almost 30 years. That's my love, and I work with it, and I feel it is very, it's like the goal of my life, I would say that. Okay. When I say body-mind therapist, I mean that there is a lovely way to help people, not through talking and not through their minds, okay? Not by asking them, what do you feel and how do you think you're going to solve your problem, but by talking to their bodies, okay? By finding out what's going on in the body, and the body will speak. The body will know what is going on. No, the body sometimes knows much better than the person, you know? So what I do is I work with the person's awareness, and I also ask the person's body, what's going on with that person? Why does he feel this way? When I say ask the body, I mean I look at the body and I feel it, okay? I feel where it is stuck, where it is very tensed, where it is not standing in a nice posture, but it's a bit crooked here or a bit crooked there. How is the breaths? What is going on with the eye movement? Okay, what's going on with the mouth and the muscles of the face when the person talks? Okay, all those are great hints to let me know exactly, or much more exactly than just asking the person, how do you feel today? Usually the person will say, okay, I don't feel so good, but okay, you know, this life. Or he might say, I feel bad. What kind of bad emotion do you have? Well, I don't really know, but I don't feel good. Or I feel anxiety, or I feel sadness, or I feel anger. But those are the main typical emotions that a person can offer, but the body can offer so much more. Okay, but today I'm not here to speak about body-mind therapy as much as about to focus at bad emotions, negative emotions, specifically negative emotions. They tend to seem something we want to get rid of, okay? We don't like them. We understand they're bad, and we want to we want them out of the system. We don't want them. I never heard someone who says, oh, I love my anger so much. Oh, my fear is something I'm very proud of, okay? You would be very proud of your courage, maybe. You would be very proud of your happiness. You would be very proud of, not proud as much as vanity, but you would be encouraging yourself to feel more happiness, more courage, more more quiet, more calmness. But you will never encourage yourself to feel bad and a bad emotion. You will never encourage yourself for a bad emotion. And I'm here to tell you, please do it. And I want to give you some good reasons why to do that. And whatever I'm going to say today is relying on my work with people, and I'm working with people already 30 years of therapy. And I get many people, and I never saw one exception for what I'm going to tell you today. One exception. I mean, once you work this way, you find out the treasure that the bad emotion is, the negative emotion is. You would find the treasure that this is. And I don't think people or therapists talk enough about that, or talk at all about that, okay? They would say, let's see how we can help you get rid of that negative emotion faster, or in a softer way. But they would never tell you, listen, this negative emotion is almost a treasure. Don't lose it. Imagine that this is a treasure. Don't get rid of it. Stay with it a bit. It's important. Stay a bit with it. It's nothing to be, to try to just let it go and that's it. I would say something else. Our body is, I would say, a kind of a storage for our emotions. It's not only a storage, but it also expresses the emotions, any emotion, okay? If you will tell me, please be happy, well, all of a sudden, okay? Let's say I'm an actress, you would see my body lighter. If you would tell me, just as they say to an actor, please be sad now or be angry, you would see the body changes in order to express it, okay? So the body, first of all, we use the body in order to express the emotions. But the body also stores the emotions. What emotions are being stored in the body, it depends on how well you cope with the emotion. The good emotion, the negative emotion, okay? If you cope with the emotion well enough, then you express it through the body for a while, and then off it goes, leaving you with the experience of having it, the wisdom that this emotion brought up, okay? Let's say that right now you're telling me that I won something, okay? I won the beauty prize, okay? Don't you think so? Okay, so you tell me that I won a beauty prize, and then, oh my God, oh, I'm so happy, oh my God. And so, you know, the emotion starts moving here throughout that understanding. Someone recognize that, acknowledge that I'm so pretty. Okay, good. It will move in the body, and then all of a sudden I'll get used to that emotion, and that's a good emotion, right? I feel good with myself. I'm well appreciated as, you know, as someone who is really pretty. Good. And then I breathe slowly with it, and then it comes from time to time. It will go up to my mind, and then I'm already all of a sudden excited all over, okay? But then I calm myself, okay? This is how the emotion comes up and goes down and comes up, and until I'm used to that. And then I understand the consequences of being so pretty that I get a prize, okay? And what's going to happen afterwards with me, right? Slowly. And then it brings up insights and understanding of the activities I would want to do in the future, right? And then this emotion that became something like a wave, a huge wave of energy, starts to arrange itself in the body and helps me get the idea of what it means to have that thing, meaning the beauty prize, the prize for being so beautiful. And then I would know how to manage my life from that point and on, right? Because I let that emotion be. And it took a while, yes? What I now describe takes a while. If this is something that big as winning such a prize, okay? It would take me maybe a couple of days to get used to the idea, to get used to that emotion that is filling me. Good. Imagine that you would do the same thing with something negative, okay? They would tell you, listen, you went for a job interview, and they didn't accept you. And that was a job interview that you really wanted and you really wished, because you're out of money maybe, or because you really thought you were worthy of that, or you can do that, but you didn't get it. Okay, so it falls over your head. Boom! Now what you do? Now you go with it and you try to digest this thing, right? You digest this thing, but you don't like that emotion. You don't like it as much as you liked the idea that you might be the beauty queen for 1990. You don't like this idea as much. So you don't like the emotion. It doesn't feel so good. So You try to get the idea, to accept the idea, but you try to get rid of the emotion. You say to yourself, okay, so fine. So what if I didn't get that job? Okay, so fine. You try to make yourself as if you're happy. Imagine that you would try to do that with the first example, with the first good example. Okay, you would say, okay, fine. So what? So a beauty prize. So what? I'm still a regular person. You might try to do that, but you don't tend to do that much. Okay. At the contrary, you say to yourself, okay, it's bad. I didn't get that job. No, I didn't get that job. No, I didn't get that job. Maybe I'm not so good as I think I was. Okay, so maybe I'm not so good. Okay, oh my God, maybe I'm not good at all. No, I'm not good at all. Maybe I will never have a job, a proper job. No, maybe I will never have a proper job. Oh my God, why have I was born at all? I don't know, my God. Why did I choose that kind of profession? Why didn't I choose another profession? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. Nobody loves me, I think. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Well, you go with those emotions. And if we want to compare to the beauty thing, yeah, I'm very pretty, and I realize that I'm very pretty. What happens when this with this how would you say? Hoda? No, Hoda. This announcement came that I'm the next beauty queen. Well, when this was coming, I said, whoa, well, maybe I'm so beautiful, I can win even the world queen, the world contest, okay? Oh, they always said I'm beautiful. I knew I'm beautiful. Well, I didn't know that I'm that beautiful, but I know now that I'm so... Well, you exaggerate. You tend to exaggerate whether it is a good emotion, you go with it, or whether it is bad emotion, you go with it, okay? That's what emotions do. They move you. So, if we're not afraid to move with the emotion, just as we're not afraid to move with the good emotions to the great exaggeration, okay? And to exaggerate with it, and then slowly it calms itself down, and then slowly it becomes more and more realistic, and more looking to the real consequences of this in the real world. So if we're not afraid to do that in the good emotion, in the positive emotion, why are we so afraid to do that in the negative emotion? Because we don't like the feeling. We don't like the feeling. It doesn't feel so good. Don't you understand? It hurts in the stomach. It hurts here. I feel down, and I don't like feeling down. Now, if we let ourselves do the journey, make the journey with that emotion within us, it will calm itself down. And at the end, it will bring with it its wisdom. Whatever wisdom there is with that idea of, okay, you didn't get that job. They didn't want you there. Okay? And if you're wise enough and you will let yourself have whatever waves of terrible thoughts, do not be afraid of them. It's okay. It's okay. So you feel down, my God, and you cry, and you feel so miserable. You feel terrible. Then what happens? Maybe after a couple of hours, maybe after a couple of days, your mind starts to really get that, and then bring up the wisdom with it. Maybe you will understand, if you let that bad emotion, if you let that negative emotion in you do whatever it has to do in the body, then it goes away. And it leaves you with an understanding regarding this specific event. Okay? You might analyze that job interview deeper, in a smarter way. You would understand what was right, what was wrong. You would understand what you should have done, or you want to do in the next interview, or anything else. But that will happen in a natural way that will not cause any blockage in you. Now, I want to describe what happens when you block it, as we usually do, okay? Because this is what we do in a negative emotion. We block. We have that announcement. No, you didn't get that job that you wanted. You have it. We have that first wave of negative emotion. Woof! And then we try to stop it. Okay? And if we're crying, or if we are angry or miserable in a way, and our relatives see us, they usually tend to calm that down very fast. Or you don't want to make them see, or make them feel bad about you, about life, or think that maybe you're a loser or whatever, okay? You want to calm everything down very fast, very fast. Let's say that I feel good already. Now, in order to fake it that you feel good, even though the wave is still within you, what you do is you have to block it somehow, okay? What do you do in order to block? You shrink the muscles, you twist the body in a way so you can hold the emotion, maybe here, maybe in the legs, maybe in the buttocks, maybe here, okay? You do, and now everything is okay. To the truth, I'm very happy. Well, good riddance. They didn't want me. I don't want them. Yeah. I don't want them. And you make a lot of effort over here, and over here, and over here. You just hold the emotion. You don't let it pop. And then it bursts from time to time. And you take it in. Take it in. Be a man, be strong, don't let your anger or don't let that stupid thoughts get over you. But we let the stupid thoughts, the happy thoughts, to get over us, yes? We don't let the stupid negative thoughts get over us. We should. We really should. Otherwise, what happens is, let's say we succeeded in doing this, okay? To store it someplace. Now, I store it here. I store it over here, and I close it over here, and this is where the failure yes, would be stored. Over here, okay. Now I walk, it's here. I don't have any connection to it. It's not mine, I don't know it. Good. Now I continue to another junction in life, you know. Maybe I would go to pick up my sons from school, and they would be I don't know what, and I don't know what, you know. They would provoke any other negative emotion. Okay, let's say I don't like that too. So I would store that here, and I would store that here, and over here, and over here. All of us are like storage for negative emotions, because we try not to let the negative emotion do its path through us, okay? We stop it in the middle. So we have many places throughout the whole body that are, you know, storages. Now, thank God we don't do it all the time, okay? Let's say traffic, okay? I'm sure you handle traffic jams better than I do, okay? I would, okay, he saw me, right? But, and I curse, and I know how to curse in 3 languages, 4 languages. I'm so good at that. But I do it, okay? And I tend to get very nervous on the road, very irritated, you would say?
Yeah, irritated.
Yeah, good, irritated, good. But I'm sure you tend to let that be better than I do. So what happens is that you feel it, you see it, you say, okay, and you think bad thoughts about it, but you let it be. and then it goes away and you say, oh, thank God it went away. Okay, you let that negative emotion be, and then it went away. It's okay. I mean, we can have some negative things in life, and I'm sure you are good with negative emotions in other sections of your life, I'm sure. But at the section of life where we are not so good, we do not know how to handle that negative emotion, we will block it. We will stop it in the very high, very intensive stage of that, and we will store it this as a shout, as a strong shout over here or over there. It depends, okay? The body is a very interesting storage place. There is each organ tends to store some other kind of emotions. That's something else. Okay, good. Now, when I accept a patient, I touch the body and then I see, oh my God, this body holds to so many negative emotions. My God, so many. Okay? So part of them can be massaged out of you. Okay? I touch, I manipulate the body over here, over there, and good. Okay, what happens is that you let, with my help, okay, or with any other therapy, body-mind therapy, you let the negative emotion be. Once you let that negative emotion be, even though it's an antique emotion, right? You understand that I'm taking care of negative emotions that you couldn't handle like 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years ago, okay? Okay, now, on the bed, where I do the treatment, you say to yourself, okay, and then you feel it. You might feel it as energy, you might cry a bit, or you might have thoughts or memories of this or that, and then it goes away. Then when a person comes out of the table, you would say, or bed, or the bed of the treatment, he goes home, and then he feels more relaxed and wiser, because he let himself, just surrender to whatever was. Okay, so it was. And here I am feeling it. Now, it's easier to do it on the bed of the treatment because you have someone to assist you and someone that's next to you. And besides, you don't really understand what you're doing. You just feel the strong massage, and then you feel that many strange, energetic tingling you would feel. Good for you. You feel strange feeling in your body. Okay, and that's it. And you go up and you feel wiser. That's an easy way to have yourself to make yourself feel that negative emotion. That's easier, right? Now, the chokhmah is, what would you do? Are you wise enough to do it in real time when a hard event is happening and you're having hard feelings right now, okay? And you don't really like them and you don't really know what to do with them, but will you be able to handle them in the body? Well, after a couple of times on the treatment bed with me like that, I do not let you have the fun to continue. I do the work and you just enjoy it and go home and take the wisdom with you. I start exercising you, practicing with you, how to do it on your own. How to do it on your own. And the first thing is, the first step will be to be the proud owner of whatever negative emotion you have. The proud owner of any negative emotion you have, because the negative emotion is holding with it the understanding of your next step in life in that subject. if you do not let that negative emotion be, you will never understand fully, truly, how to handle that issue. Let's say that you got over the bad emotion or you stuck it someplace, you will be, in terms of, remember in that example of the interview, you will be a bad interview, no, a bad person. You will not have the ability. You will not have the ability. You will not have the skills, the proper skills of how to be in an interview. You will never have it. You will have it stored in that negative emotion that you didn't want to touch. If you would have touched that emotion and let it fill you and do whatever it has to do, whatever journey it has to do in you, you would have become very wise person in that subject of interviews. If you do not do that, you don't have the knowledge. Now what you do is you store that negative emotion in you. Remember, it's here. And then you go to lectures about how to be better in interviews. Or you go to treatments. Or you go to psychic or to Dot or whatever. Will I be able ever to feel myself comfortable in an interview and to succeed in interviews? That's what you do, but you don't know that the greatest teacher in the world sits here. Here! That's your teacher! Bring it up! Feel the negative emotion. Be that negative emotion just for a little while. Let it flow. Again, feel you. Once you're filled with it, you will not feel good. And that's okay, azma. So what? In Hebrew we would say, ma ta'asu misukar. What? You're not that weak. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay. Go ahead, feel bad. Now, once you feel bad, what happens is that afterwards it gets to a peak where it is really bad. You feel bad, terrible. You don't want to leave anymore. You feel so bad. You hate everybody. It's okay. It gets there and then poof. But if you don't get there, what happens is you stop it on the way up and you store it. It's as if you store a small, very vibrating, very fiery thing within you. So you tend to have a lot of energy to keep it here, to keep it here, to keep it here. That's a shame. So what we do is we learn how to bring it up from here, from where you stored it in the body, to bring it up and feel it. And surrender next to it. And be a proud owner of it. And then stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Just stay there. Feeling bad. Breathe. See how your body changes and becomes very heavy. It used to be a nice day before, but now it is a very dark day. I used to be Stam Adam 5 minutes ago, and now I feel that the end of the world. It's azma, beseder, okay. And have the trust. This thing is wise. It knows its way in you. Wait, maybe a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 days, not more. Then it fades away as an emotion. This is something very moving, and it transforms itself into the first beginning, into the first understanding. And then, if you're not jumping on that understanding and try to build something out of it, you let yourself understand it. Then you go on with life, and then there is another understanding, another insight that comes out of it. And then another. And then you might even see that after, let's say 1 week, 2 weeks, you would all of a sudden find yourself behaving differently. Where that comes from? Well, it comes out of transforming of the negative emotion into the wise thing it is. Because actually a negative emotion, I will let you ask in a second. The negative emotion actually is an immature shape of an insight. That's the beginning of an insight. That's the birth of an insight. It's a baby insight. And once you let it be, it grows up, grows up, grows up. It matures. And then it becomes a good, real truth about yourself, about life. Truth, something that you can rely on. And not as advices that you get from your outside. It is something that comes from your inside. From, I would say, from your spirit, from your inner, very high wisdom parts, which I would call the spirit, okay? Haruach, neshama. There's something, that godly thing in you. So let that be. Yes?
Are we speaking about, like let's say I get angry.
Yes.
Are we speaking about the anger, or are we speaking about how I feel about being angry?
No, the anger itself. Yeah. Regarding to anger, and I meant regarding to any other negative emotion, we try to feel it inside and not to activate it outside, meaning do not scream at your partner or anyone else. Or if you feel the fear, try not to avoid doing the thing that you are afraid of, or promise yourself you are going to do it soon, not yet, okay? But do not activate the negative emotion. I mean, do not continue it by an action, okay?
Why should you go and be in that place that made you feel so bad again?
Because
Couldn't
you want
you just
the
recognise
wisdom
it
with it.
and process it?
No.
So you have to go and do it again?
This thing, no, you don't have to do it again. You have to feel it again. You don't have to do it. You already have the emotion. You did it. You did that failure interview, okay?
Yeah.
You've already done that.
Yeah.
Now you had that wave of negative emotion out of it, and you have the negative. You stopped it in the way. It's as if you started baking a cake and you stopped in the middle. Now you don't have a cake yet. It's in the middle. Go back to it.
So that's to the emotion.
Yeah, that's the emotion, but it's not what you feel about the emotion. It's the emotion itself. Okay? I mean, let it be. Okay, something else. It's good. Thank you for the questions. Please ask me. Yeah.
So are you a therapist who helps people do this?
Do this. But first we do it on the bed. I massage you in order to get to know how deep it is, because once we are like that, we don't really feel that we are blocked, okay? But once you're being touched, and I'm touching parts that you do not get to be touched by through massages, okay? Once you're being touched, you feel, oh my God, it hurts so much. What's there? Is it cancer? No, it isn't. It's just a very strong, very vibrating emotion that you stuck there. Yeah. So I do this first,
Okay.
and then after a couple of times, we start practicing to help you do that in your own,
So I would imagine this is good for childhood wounding.
Everything, yeah. And for
Where
children.
do you practice from?
Huh?
Where do you practice from? Where's your work?
Bioenergy?
Where physically do you do it?
In Jerusalem, my house.
Do you go to people's homes as well, or?
No, I don't.
So that they must come to Jerusalem.
Yes,
Somebody
please
Where?
do. Jerusalem is such a lovely
What part?
place. What?
What part of Jerusalem?
Katamon. So what I do is I help you do that, and you can do it. You can do it. It's not so difficult. It's essential to do it, to know how to do it. I wanted to give you a taste of something, but please, I want you to ask me first.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm afraid of bears and large animals.
Good.
And I love to be in nature. My husband's very adventurous and he likes us to go to Yellowstone Park and all these places.
Very good. I like it. I like the question. So you ask, what should I
I
do?
say, well, what's the point in going? I don't need to go to those places because we don't have wild animals here. So I can be comfortable and just stay here and be happy and do my own thing.
Would you like to struggle with that, or to
Overcome it?
you want to deal with it? Do you want to deal
I'm
with it?
coming, I'm booking an appointment with
Would you like? No, let me answer right now. Just the form of it, okay? What you do is, as for example, I would ask you, please close your eyes, dear. Okay, here you are, next to a bear. Is that a bear or a lion, whatever it
Bears
is?
are the worst because I
Good.
attract them. They always come when we.
Good. Here you are next to a bear. Okay? Here I am. Here is a bear. Now, imagine whatever you're afraid of. Please do. Stay there.
Okay.
Now, once you stay there in your mind, the negative emotion will rise up, but very strongly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a flood.
Yeah.
Good. Now stay there. Don't move. Go on watching that bear next to you, or just move with a picture you see. Maybe the bear is doing this to you, okay? Or
Doesn't have to do anything. It's just standing there minding his own business.
good. So whatever is making you afraid of, just picture it. Really picture it. I can give you an example, a good life example. I'm very afraid of heights. Yeah, I have a fear of heights.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Good. Now, one day I went with my son, who was small at the time. We went to Mount Hermon, okay? And we were with a group. It was very fun. And then we said, the cable. Let's go by cable. Wait. But I didn't realize what the cable was until we were like one person before me showed me, this is the cable. I said, those chairs outside, I should go up there. Are you crazy? And I was, please tell me what is the word to nishtaf. I was washed by? I was washed by?
Flooded.
I'm sorry?
Drenched.
I was
Sweat.
wrenched by
Drenched.
a
Sweat.
drenched.
Drenched.
A very strong feeling of, my God, I'm going to die. I am going to die. Now, here's my son, my dear son, and I didn't really want to disappoint him. I said, my God, I can't do that to him. And I had one person before me, and then my turn. Okay, so I said, go ahead, do what you know to do, what to do. Close your eyes and picture it. Okay, so I pictured myself in my mind sitting on that terrible chair and going up, and then boom, I fall down. And all my booms, and I saw, the blood and whatever came to my mind as my fear at that moment, okay? And I watched it. I had, I think, 7 minutes of doing it? Yes, it was the person before me, and then we were waiting for the chairs to come. And the 7 minutes, I was experiencing that horror.
Anxiety.
And I was facing it, staring at it. I didn't move my eyes from that terrible pictures. And I let that bad emotion wash me, fill me, okay? Good, holding the hands of my son. And then came my turn to hop on that chair. Good. We were on those chairs, and then I felt a bit more relaxed, okay? A bit more relaxed. I can tell you I felt 50 to 70% more relaxed. Good. And then it came up, up and up and up. Felt not so bad. But just just in case, I hold my son's hand to save me, if something happens. And then we climbed up. And I felt not so bad. I wouldn't say that I gave up on that fear, mamash lo, but it was like 70% less, and I could do that. Okay, I could do that. I could actually do it because the emotion, it came to a very high point, then it broke a little bit. It just softened a little bit. It wasn't so aggressive in me. Good, and I could do that. And then we went down. I could do that. And like 1 month or a couple of months, 1 month maybe later, I came back with a friend of mine. And here we were, me and her. And okay, I said, okay, so this is the cable, we're going to go up here. Okay, I felt it. I didn't feel good with it, okay? But I didn't feel it was that horrible as I used to feel. Then we climbed up. And I hold her hand, just in case, okay? But I was there, you know, I was alive. I could do that. You don't know, if we had more time, I could really prove that I was really fanatic about this fear. I didn't do anything that had to do with heights if I could avoid it, just as you, okay? And I always avoided it because there were very stupid stories that I could tell you about this fear. And thank God, there was my son, forcing me, you know, in a way, to face it, to do it. Good. So, as you understood, what we do is we actually feel that that event that brings up the negative emotion, and we stare at it. We stare at that. Whether it is a person who makes us feel bad, whether it is in something, you know, event, a place. I would do that for computers. I hate computers, okay? Or technology in general. Okay, so I would do that with that, okay? I would picture it. I would like to provoke that negative emotion and bring it up. I want to feel it. We want to feel the negative emotion. We want to feel it. Because once we feel them, we don't have to store them anymore. That's to begin with. The body feels lighter. And once we feel them, the emotion by itself brings with itself a lot of understanding, a lot of wisdom. And we don't want to lose that. And what happens is that you really feel all of a sudden powerful. Not because you're strong and you get over things. No, but because you know that if something bad happens, you have a place in your life and in your heart for bad events too. It's okay, you will not be overcome by that. You will not be devastated, you know, it will not conquer you. You are able to handle bad things in life. It makes you feel freer, and stronger. Not because you're doing this, okay, but because you know you have the ability to be there. You're not afraid of your own weakness. And you don't know how relaxing it is. How fun it is to walk like that in life. It's good. So that's my recommendation for you today. And how will I end that? Please feel negative from time to time. Please do. Okay. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
want to say that nobody really told me that.
Yeah.
And that I was fighting with a soul issue with a certain child. And I was sort of like that, like everybody was like, well, get over it, you know, you'll accept it, it'll get better. And I was just like, it wasn't getting better. And in March, I felt like I'm holding it, and then it causes me a lot of intestinal,
Problems,
and this. And finally, I think one day I broke like that. I felt like I wanted to, I wanted to.
It's okay to say to die. It's okay. We have the fear to die. We have the desire to die sometimes.
I just felt like I can't take it. And I sat in bed and I cried and I felt embarrassed that I was letting myself break to such a point over such a thing, you know. But it really was, for me, it was just as a mother. So I have a daughter who stops talking to me for half a year.
Oh, I used to get that.
What?
I used to get that. She's 41.
But I'm very, very glad of your story. It's such a great story.
It was so excruciating, and I was storing it in Aldi, and everybody's like, oh, like all my other stuff, it'll be, you know, just take it. She needs her spaceship, but now it's 8 months. It was 6 months then. Till I broke like this, and when I broke, I thought it was gonna.
Please break, because once you break,
broke,
there is a light.
Slowly, it didn't happen immediately, like you said, but slowly it lessened. It took time to go, and every time I would think of it, and then I decided to change it. Instead of being so pain, I said, I'm going to send her love. Instead of being angry and hurtful and, you know, why she did, I'm just going to send her love and healing. And from that change place, I started to feel, and being in this conference also, by the way, I felt a big change for me, even yesterday, today. Like, it's slowly going. Everything is going back to normal and balancing, and I don't feel the same pain in my heart.
Heaviness.
No,
Yeah.
it was worse. It was like strangling it. No, I feel like, okay, I can, like you said,
I like it very much. I like it very much, and thank you.
No, but I didn't give it credit. Now see what you're saying. So I can say, wow, that's what happened to me, and that's what I need to do again.
Yes.
Whereas before, I'm like, before I heard you, I was like, I don't ever want to do that again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to let yourself, like, fall down and not be afraid that, yeah, the next day I'm going to get up again.
ממש.
You know? תודה.
ממש, 100%,
תודה,
ממש.
תודה.
יפה מאוד. Thank you. כן.
Can one have a negative like hurt, be hurt, and then sort of think outside the box? How could you turn it around and
It's better not to do it before you feel it. If you feel the pain first, what happens is that then you have some ideas how to deal with it, or you don't have to have the ideas because it's already gone. If you have an illness, you mean?
No, I'm talking about if somebody hurts your feelings.
Somebody hurt you. Yeah.
So you can
let yourself get hurt.
But can't you think about why they've hurt you? Because
No.
they're feeling bad.
No. First, you deal with yourself. Only after you had that emotion, you felt it, you let it be. Then you deal with the other person. What you do with him, okay? Or why did that happen to him?
Make excuses for them.
Yeah. But then it will not be excuses. Once you go inside and let your emotion be, then you really have connection, the true connection to that event and the true connection to that person, and you will not make excuses. You will actually guess right about what is going with that person. Why does he behave? You know, your guesses will be accurate. You will see that whatever you bring up, whatever
So you can't
assumption you
rationalize it.
no,
There's no point in rationalizing.
don't. You can rationalize it, but it's not as tasty and good and useful as when you do it this way. You hurt me? Good. Now I will go home, feel the pain. I will forget from the fact that you are the one who did it for a while, okay? Then stick to the negative emotion, be there. Encourage myself to be there, okay? Encourage myself for a while. Let's say, I would say to myself, for the next week, it's okay to feel bad about that, okay? And not relate to whoever did that to me, okay? Good, I feel it. And then once I'm there, it will start changing. And then in a week, I will come back to thinking about you. My thoughts will be clearer about you. They will be more accurate about what happened, because the wisdom that was in that emotion broke and came up, you know? The negative emotion broke into and became and brought up whatever godly spark there is in it. Please know that.
What if it doesn't break and you find yourself
It does.
going into depression?
Please call me. I will guide you not how to do it, you know, in a proper way. Sometimes we think we let the negative emotion be, but we stick to it or we believe it, okay? We stick to it and we
Nurture it.
yeah, we
Nurturing it.
nurture it. That's
Right.
an excellent description of what we do. We just feed it and go on with it and go on. Yes. Okay, we have to do, listen, it's a short lecture of something I really teach, but if you are interested in doing something like that and you feel stuck, please call me. Since I got to know you, please call me. I would love giving you an advice how to get out from that. First of all, I do that, you know, I work with healing, you know, with energies. I didn't say that, okay? I'm a body-mind therapist, but I'm also a healer. And once a person, I can check up energy of people, you know, the energy field of a person, and then once a person is holding the negative emotion properly, you would imagine that the energy field would look like maybe a cloud, or would be very shrink and narrow, or would look bad in any other shape. No, no, no. If a person holds a negative emotion in a proper way, you will never believe how large he enlarges his energy field. It's amazing to see it. If you close your eyes and just be with a negative emotion in a proper way, it gives you energy. It doesn't take you energy. Now, if you block it, put a smile on your face and just go on life, you know, getting over, you will never believe how narrow your energy field becomes. Even though everybody will say, oh, look at him, he got over so fast. Oh, good person, good person. You can't believe how poor the energy field feels, you know. Be there, and then if a person, if you would call me, say, listen, I try to let a negative emotion be, and then I think I don't do it properly, I would know, because are your energy fields large enough, or are they like that? It means if they're like that and you're holding to a negative emotion, it means that you nurture them, you feed them, you continue.
Betya.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to guide you into a short meditation, okay? In the meditation, before meditating, please decide right now, please, whatever comes to your mind, that's the thing that you have decided to work with, okay? What is the bad event or bad person that you're going to focus at? When I say 1, 2, 3, the thing that comes to your mind, that's the thing. Do not matter whether it is a small thing or a huge thing. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now close your eyes. Let's take 3 very deep breaths. 3 very deep breaths, meaning inhaling from the nose, exhaling from the mouth. Deep breaths that I can hear, you know. And the third one, not polite breaths, very deep, generous breaths. And now, focus at your own eyes, as if you are watching them or observing them in the mirror in front of you, and stare at them. Glance at them, stare at them for 1 minute, more or less. I'll tell you when to end it and to go on. Let the eyes go away and bring up the topic or the person you wanted to focus on, the negative one. I want you to picture it, to imagine it in pictures, to visualize it. Try to remember as many details from that event or from that person. If that's a person, try to remember his eyes, the way he looks, maybe the way he talked to you at that time. If that's an event, try to Remember as many details as possible, even details that has nothing to do with the event itself, but we're in the surroundings. You have a couple of minutes to do that. If I haven't said the next order yet, repeat it. Go over and over it and look at that. More and more details. Repeat it over and over. Try to picture it. Now, put that aside and pay attention to your body. What does it feel? Pay attention to what emotions came up. Pay attention to that. You don't have to call them in names. Just pay attention. Calmly. Agree to look at that. Remember, they're your best friends, those negative emotions. They're friends. They're teachers. You want to look at them as if one looks at something he likes. Be proud of them. Be proud with them. Be proud. Say, I like you, emotion. You're a good friend of mine. I like you. If you really mean that, then your body will feel more and more relaxed, letting himself feel that negative emotion. You see your breath calming down when you're feeling that emotion. Your muscles relax and not tight when you feel that negative emotion. Encourage now the emotion to even rise up, be stronger. Say to him, it's okay, dear, I like you. It's okay, be stronger. You're my friend, huh? Come up, come up. I want you to come up. Go on. You have 1 more minute with it. Now, in your imagination, picture emotion or picture a gesture that will really show that you like that situation, that you like that emotion. You may pet that emotion. You may hug it. You may hug yourself or hug the event. Anything like that, saying, it's okay, I like it. I'm not afraid of it. I don't want to get rid of it. Any gesture that will symbolize it. Take a deep breath, a very generous deep breath, a very generous deep breath. And get back to focus at your own eyes. Stare at them. Say, declare in front of your eyes, I would like to know more about negative emotions. I would like to know more about them. Please teach me more. about the good side of negative emotions, about the wisdom within it. Teach me more. Teach me more in a way that I can understand throughout those years, those days, those next days. And then you may open your eyes. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. And please use it and call me if you need help. I'm always very glad to guide you throughout telephone if you want, if you wish to exercise it at home. Please do.